Welcome to tutorial number 159. In this tutorial, we will talk about the next sheet metal command, the cross break. In this tutorial, we will see what is the cross break and why, and have a look at some real examples, and then see how to apply the cross break on a single phase and see the options of a cross break. And then we will have another example to show you how to apply the cross break on multiple phases. Then we will have a look how to know the direction of cross break. The cross break, from its name, it is a break with the shape of cross on a sheet metal face, or in other words, cross bend. Here I have a real picture for a real example. Here we have sheet of metal where the cross break is applied on that face. So why they are using the cross break? When the sheet metal face become long, they become weaker. So the cross break is to add some support to the sheet metal and increase stiffness and rigidity of the face when it become longer. Or in simple words, to make the sheet metal stronger. Here we see this on a single face, and here I have another picture for a duct where you can see clearly how the cross break looks like. So this is somehow a long sheet metal, and this cross break will support and decrease the vibration. And let's get back to the first image. If you have a look, you will see that the cross bend has a radius and has a depth, and as well it has an angle. So when we come to the command in SolidWorks, so it will be clear what it means with the angle and the radius. Go back to SolidWorks and start a new part, and let's try to make a similar thing. Sketch on the top plane. I will pick a corner rectangle and make a rectangle and give it some dimensions. So I will make it 2 meters. So it is 2000 millimeter, and the length, make it 1000. Create a plate with a thickness 1.5. Click OK. So here is the base steel plate, and let's add some edges. So select the edge, give it dimension of length of 30 millimeter, and then select the rest of the edges. When you are done, click OK. And here on the bend radius, I'll make it 5 millimeter. Now we have a single face plate, so let's add a cross break to this face. Go to the cross break command, and here the cross break options will open over there, and here you're going to select the first where you're going to apply the cross break. So as you remember in the picture over here, so we will make something similar, and I pick this face, and if you look the arrow over there, that is the direction of the cross break. So it is upward, and if you would like to reverse it, you make it downward, but it is upward. And here we said the bending has a radius, so let's make it 5 millimeter, and the angle almost 100. So you can guess the angle over there. It is quite deep cross break, so we can guess the angle to be kind of 135. And when you are done, click OK. SolidWorks will not show you a 3D view of the cross break, but this line they will indicate there are cross break over there as well. In the feature tree you can see the cross break. So let's again talk about the cross break options. Go to the cross break edit feature, and you have here edit cross profile. To have a successful cross break, the cross break lines be coincident with the edges. So go to the edit the cross break profile, and now you are able to see the lines and modify them. So for example, if delete this coincident relation and make the line shorter, here you will notice the finish is not activated, so it will not actually work. If you go back and then click OK, you will get error. So edit the line again, and let's this time add it on this edge. So now it is coincident with this edge, but it is not on the corner. So you can add some dimension there, 20, and then finish. So you will notice that the cross break is working. You can do the same on the other edges as well. Finish the sketch. So you will have the cross break applied as you see. So now let's try to make on a cross break on a multiple faces as you see here. Start a new part, go to the top plane and create the base of that box. I'll select the corner rectangle and give it some dimensions. Equal, and over here I will make an opening. So again select corner rectangle and add some dimensions to it from this edge to this line 5 millimeter, and from this edge to 5 millimeter, and trim the unnecessary part. So you can fully define the dimensions are already assigned, so we can just simply fully define the sketch. Okay. Extrude this sheet metal or this sheet metal box. The bend radius 5 millimeter, the sheet thickness millimeter. Click OK. So here is the initial duct, and now let's apply the cross break on the faces. Select cross break here 5 millimeter, and if you notice in the picture, the duct here is not as deep as in the previous one. So in this case, the angle can be around 165. So 170 is like the most of the cross breaks around. So we can make it around that value 165. So pick here in the face, select the faces, and you notice that you are able to apply the cross break only one time, and SolidWorks not allow you to select multiple faces. So when you are done, click OK. And over here we can, before applying the cross break at the rest of the faces, we try to close this gap. We can do it by adding an edge flange over there. Give it a distance 30 millimeter. Select offset 2 millimeter. And click OK. So it is clear that this face or this edge over there will be spot welded with that. So now let's apply the cross break on the rest of the faces. Cross break, select this face, OK. Cross break in this face, as we saw in the picture, is upward. Click OK. And the last one, it will be a little bit special because of the adhering edge. So let's see, apply cross break, and then this edge or this distance over there, it should be welded with the to the edge over there. So we need to edit the place of the cross breaks lines and make this point and this point vertical, and this point with this edge make it coincident. So now it is fully defined. And as well and the same here. Delete the previous relation, and this point to this point make it coincident, and it will be directly defined. Click OK. So we can apply the same gap on the other two edges to give it some symmetry, and to do that you can measure the distance over there, and it is 23.5, Let's try to, and you can keep them, or you can keep them as they are. When you are done, click Finish. In reality, as we saw, it looks something like this. And one last thing I want to say, how to know the direction of the cross brake. As we said, there is no 3D view for the cross brake. There are two ways. First way, if you go to the cross brake edit, and you will see the arrow over there, and there is also the method that they look at it in industry is on the drawing, because there are some values can be shown, and this is we will talk about when we came to the drawing with the sheet metal.